Hello. Ford 6F50 transmission, 6-speed automatic. This transmission is used in Ford Flexes, obviously, Ford Edges, Explorers, Tauruses, and certain Lincolns. If you have firm or delayed shifts with no codes, this is for you. This is a very common culprit. Although this is usually a pretty stout transmission, there's not really many common issues, but this is the one I've seen multiple times. This is your solenoid pack, solenoid body. Part numbers may vary depending on your model, and so I won't be showing the full part number here. I can give you the base number just to get you in the right direction. I don't want you to order the wrong one. The base number is 7G391. Alright, without further ado, the first thing I'm going to do here is get under the vehicle, drain the transmission. Keep in mind you will need to reprogram the strategy. You can do that with Forescan or advanced scan tool, not just a cheap scan tool. You'll need something to program the strategy with. You should get you about 8 or 9 quarts of Mercon LV before starting. That should be plenty. Plenty of transmission fluid there. I've got a service panel. It has these little twister thingies on it on all 4 corners. I'm going to get the back 2 off and then slide it out of this hinge here, and then the service panel will be off. Locate the drain plug on your transmission. Coming forward here, that is your drain plug right here. Not that one, but this one that's lower down. Take it out, let it drain down to a dribble. It's an 11 millimeter. There it comes. Okay, it's all drained out. I've got it torqued back up in here. I'm going to go back on top of the vehicle now. Alright, back up top here. I want to get access to the top of the transmission side cover here. So in order to do that, I'm going to take the air box out. There's 2 8mm bolts up front. And there's a clamp right here in the center of the camera. Okay. Get these bolts out. Up there. The airbox clamps loose. Wouldn't be a bad idea to blow all the debris off of here first. Okay. Take this air filter out, set it somewhere safe. The bottom air box is held in with 2 grommets down here on the outside of it. You need to hold on both sides, pull up with your hands straight up. Now we have better access to the top of the transmission here. Go ahead and take these 2 8mm bolts out right here. Get this out of the way. Let's go ahead and disconnect the bulkhead connector. Okay, you see that connector? Go ahead and push the release on this side and then turn this lever that way to release it. May need to use a pick to push the release in. Just get in there, push it down, and then with your finger, put this like that. There you go. Alright, so next go ahead and get your cooler lines ready to get out of the way, this upper one here. In order to do that, follow it up. Take that 8mm bolt out right there. Take these 2 10mm nuts off the side that's holding the lines on, you see? Those 2. Get this out of the way, dipstick, just to access that better. Pop this up out of here. Get some slack in here to get the cover off right here. Go ahead and get off all of the side cover bolts that you can. Some of them are 13mm nuts, some are 8mm bolts. If you'd like to mark the locations of the 13mm studs, you can with a piece of chalk right here, just so you know you put them back in the right spot. There's one right there as well. Repeat for the other ones. At this point, I'm going to go back underneath the vehicle. Alright, pop that harness retainer off for that bulkhead connector. Just take that off the stud there. I used this cat claw trim tool here to get that off. Got the harness tucked away aside. Go ahead and get the rest of your studs and bolts off of here. You want to get this cover off. You will start losing some more fluid once you take these bolts out. Just keep that in mind. It's catching on that up there. Catching on the cooler line. And there it is. There's your solenoid pack. It is fastened on with 10mm bolts. If you want to know the locations of the bolts, just look at your new solenoid pack. You'll see the locations of the holes. Make sure you swap your seal over right here. And there are 3 connections up top. We are up top here. Okay, so I'm just going to go through the connectors here. Here's one of these sensors right here. You need to push up on a release right here and it'll come up. Push in. Ooh. It'll come up. I'm sorry for the angle there. Alright, so this is what you're pushing in on. You see? Squeeze that down and it slides up. This one here, you're going to want to pull this lock over here and then push down on that release and it'll come out. Okay, I utilized a pick to turn the lock right here, or pop it over to the right. I'm going to squeeze that and pull it up. The final connector is very similar to this first one that you did, and it is located on the bottom right here. I've already squeezed and released the tabs, so there you go. And these are your speed sensors, by the way, the ones with the connectors like that. Next, you're just going to want to go through and take all the 10mm bolts off. Just kind of zigzag all the way up. I'm going to start from the bottom and then go up to the top to get the last few. Okay, I've got several of them loose. Now I'm going to go up top and get the rest. These bolts are all different lengths. I'll show you a diagram after this. Alright guys, I'm up top now. Looks like the last few are just these 3 up here. Alright, so just take these out. Might take a minute because of access. Okay, with the last bolt out, you'll start to see movement in it. There we go. Don't drop the bolts, just work it out. Right now it's getting caught on something. Just need to be patient and see what it's catching on and pull it straight out. Alright, one of the bolts on the bottom aren't all the way out. It's still got a thread or 2 caught on it. Okay, with that last bolt all the way out, it slid right out and came down. There it is. See how all the bolts are different lengths? There is the location diagram right here and it shows the length of each bolt where it's supposed to go. So go ahead and pause it right here. Hope that helps. Torque spec is 106 inch-pounds. There's the torque sequence. And once again, don't forget to reprogram the strategy. I think that about covers it. There's no reason to show reassembly. It's the same thing as removal, just the opposite. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. I reply pretty quickly, so don't be afraid to ask. Have yourself a great day. I hope this helps you out. Thank you for watching.